5 Amonkhet combos you should know about, let's get to it. The first combo is a Slitherblade and 6th Sense. Usually auras and converted mana cost 1 creatures are not so great and limited, and on their own, Slitherblade and 6th Sense aren't that spectacular, but if you attach 6th Sense to Slitherblade, you'll be able to draw an extra card each turn. Your opponent will likely use removal on it as soon as possible, but since this combo works as early as turn 2, you'll probably be able to draw a good number of cards before that happens. The second combo focuses on Naga Vitalist. If you've seen my other videos, then you know that mana fixing is scarce in Amonkhet, with the only dual lands being rares. And with archetypes favoring 3 colors, being able to produce mana of any color is extremely useful in this set. Naga Vitalist does produce colored mana, but only if a land you control produces that color. Painted Bluffs gets around this drawback, as having both cards will allow Naga Vitalist to produce mana of any color, and with both cards being of common rarity, grabbing both is quite doable. Plus, you could also use Cascading Cataracts as an alternative. If you're unsure about the exact rulings for Naga Vitalist, you can look up the rulings for Reflecting Pool, as both cards have identical text. The next combo is between Cartouche auras and Enchantment. Each color has 1 Cartouche aura and 1 enchantment that returns to your hand whenever you play a Cartouche aura. On their own, their abilities are not so great, but with enough of these cards, being able to replay the enchantments is great value. Also, it seems like the better the enchantment, the weaker the aura is for that same color. For example, the blue Cartouche aura gives a creature +1/+1 flying for 2 mana, and you get to draw a card. But the blue enchantment costs 4, and keep in mind that you need to play the aura after the enchantment in order to use the combo. So not all that great. On the other hand, the red enchantment seems much better, as you can deal 3 damage each time you play it. But if we look at the red Cartouche aura, giving a creature +1/+1 in haste and making a creature not block just seems far inferior to the other auras. Whether or not this pattern was intentional, the Cartouche combo favors decks that run 3 or more colors, but as we've said before, Amonkhet is a set that lacks mana fixing. So if you want to build a Cartouche deck, make sure you have enough green cards that produce mana. But enough of that, let's move on to the next combo, Bone Picker plus cheap removal. Bone Picker is an extremely good card, and the best part about it is that it can be played as early as turn 2. To reduce its casting cost down to 1, you could attack with a weak creature and hope your opponent blocks it, but if they don't fall for it, Blazing Volley will do the trick. Once it's in play, you should be able to get a few good swings in before your opponent finds a way to deal with it, especially since there are only 5 flyers in the set with converted mana cost less than 4. The 5th combo is with Hazard's Monument. This card does a lot for 3 mana. It makes your red creatures cost 1 less, plus you can draw then discard every time you play a creature. Its discard ability has the most potential here, as there are a lot of cards that trigger whenever you discard a card. Cycle cards will also trigger these abilities, but the cost for cycling will eat up all your mana. Instead, try dropping cheap creatures, and if you manage to discard a lot of cards in one turn, you can return all of them to your hand with Shadow of the Grave. Now, there's a lot of other combos we could have talked about here. There's Champion of the Ranas, which puts big creatures into play, Embalmer's Tools that makes Embalm cheaper, and my favorite, a cat deck centered around Real Caracal. But I went with the 5 combos that I thought would be the most interesting, so hopefully you found them to your liking. If you want to see more Amonkhet videos, you can let me know by subscribing below. And if there are any combos that I missed here, be sure to let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.